Poetry and love met me. You see, it met me through my life as my poetry, and I want to love you. And that's how poetry and love should meet. Because your life is your poetry, like your love is your sacrifice. So my word to you is to find out how poetry and love met you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Poetry and love meet. Reality of life speaks. When poetry and love meet, the reality of life speaks. When poetry and love meet, the reality of life speaks. By connecting a relationship as one, like pen and paper or husband and wife. You see, poetry is life and love is sacrifice. But when you put these words in other words, you get living for Christ. Because living for Christ makes life worth living.
That's right.
A life worth living, a journey like never before. Because life can be how poetry met you. Or life can be how love met you. But only you can find out what met you. Because when you find out how poetry and love met you, you can only imagine how poetry and love met me. You see, it met me through my life as my poetry. And I want to love you. And that's how poetry and love should meet. Because your life is your poetry, like your love is your sacrifice. So my word to you is to find out how poetry and love met you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Poetry and love meet. The reality of life speaks. When poetry and love meet.
The last recorded album by Michael Jackson was entitled This Is It. Last words he would be known for before he kicked the bucket. How ironic. The only reason I bring up this subject is because there was a season of my own life where I said, this is it. Started losing friends that I once trusted because they decided to break our covenant. Everything that I held in my heart as precious suddenly evaporated. Had to get down on my knees and ask God the question, was there something wrong I did? On top of that, constant visits with doctors and clinicians. My life's aroma began to fill my nostrils with disgust because it smelled like must. This is it. I threw in the towel, handed in my letter of resignation, and I told the world I quit. God, I know I'm supposed to suffer much for your namesake, but honestly, how much more pain do you expect me to take? Things that I once enjoyed, like people eating, smiling, and singing, are all now foreign to me. A song sung by just one is a solo, and at that moment of my life, I was alone, and the only song I could sing was depression because I was so low. I had to laugh to keep from crying, and in the public eye, I continued smiling, but everyone around me knew that I was dying. Felt like I had demonic hands wrapped around my neck, strangling my esophagus. I couldn't worship, and my praise was serving a death sentence. The only thing I could see was Satan putting a pen in my hand to sign my death certificate, and I had every excuse to give in and almost quit, but something stopped me. It was a voice whispering in my ear, reminding me that the only reason I had to taste death was to die to this flesh that Satan keeps manipulating, which is why God requires it dies daily. See, I could have stayed stuck in that hole and died there, but too many lives were at stake and needed to be saved, so he brought me back from the grave. Now death, I no longer fear it, but with arms wide open, I embrace it, and once I finally accepted this truth, he breathed the breath of life back into me and instantly revived me. You see, the great puppeteer used you, Satan, like a puppet.
Hey, black girl. Do you know who you are? Who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you keep? But I've been. I be damn near broken. I be hopeless, hoping that it would just end. I be scarred beyond belief. I be zero, self-inflicted, these wounds not healing. I be open, bleeding pain, reliever, relieves her. Not really. I be ripped, torn, born bad, sheep, outcast. Hey y'all, I might as well be outlaw, labeled trouble. I be the name, maimed. I be ready to go under. No fight left in me. Blows, slaps, fists. I be taking everything. I be blocking blessings. Woo. I don't even want it. I be garbage. I be garbage. No. anything, built to withstand anything. Do you know you can be creator of life?
Yeah.
Feed without spoon. Do you know you can be healer of wounds with just lips? You can go 0 to 100 real quick. Monthly, honey, do you know you can be protector? Weapons of flesh proceed, and yeah, you bleed, but not because of scars. You're preparing a place for nations. Do you know you can be whatever mind visions? You were made in his image, made up, mapped up, absent, beat for God. You and the Most High be so kindred. Your spirit be delicate like silk threads. Soft touch won't break, hold you up. You hold it down. You be what's up. You be white, soul tied, rib side. He's head, but you got his back. You all in, feet first. You hurt, but you be over it. Flying, cake, no wings, superwoman. Even at ocean's bottom, you be jewel, pearl, flawed, a perfect imperfection. Won't fold under pressure.
Become the voice of Holy City. Why? Not because of nice gab, but to deliver the type of gift that doesn't come with a price tag, the one that ultimately make your life last. So sit back and relax, let me give it to you right fast. It's called the Word of God. See, because I get honor to God first in every spot. I got my kings back like Coretta Scott. So test the potency of my Holy Spirit real poetry. I strongly suggest that you better not. Because I spit an orally orchestrated symphony of sound, syllables, similes, and soliloquies that'll never decease, never desist, and certainly never stop. So enter the mind of hood raised. I'm the pretense of deepness. My intellect is reinforced by this passion I speak with. I engulf myself with knowledge so it soaks past my outer surface. And when I deliver a message, people realize my truest purpose, and that's creating a presence. Capturing the eyes of all who look, from those that are street smart to those skilled with textbooks, and we all have a mission. And all it takes is dedication. With the right moral education, we got the strength to build this nation. See, because I learned to persevere by putting my faith in the Lord's magic. Because my father was incarcerated, and my mother was an addict. Yet I still moved forward. And my vision became clearer. See, my intent is not to brag, but I am proud of the man I see in the mirror. See, because I'm miles away from perfection. You're still closer to good than bad. And I work diligently daily at being a perfect friend and dad. And each one of you has a mission that's waiting to shine through. But if you want the best results, put your faith in the Lord and watch the man do what he do. See, because he's a miracle.
I wasn't made for this. See, I've had my share of hard times, and I thought I wouldn't make it. I've had my trials when my pillow dried my eyes. Then the morning came, and my wings took flight. I rise, I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken, down but I won't die. I rise, I rise. That's why I reach the sky, and still I rise.
You cut me down with malicious intent, with your evil smirk and no remorse. You wanted me to leave with my back bent, but you can't faze me because you are not my source. You wanted to inflict excruciating pain and execute with so much pleasure, because this gift you thought you let me keep in vain was something you thought I would treasure. You tried to take away everything good and press your foot deep into my neck. You tried to strip me of my livelihood with no show of humility or respect. You tried to break me down to my last compound. You wanted to hear my painful cries. You tricked me, and yes, I fell to the ground, but still, like heat, I rise. You wanted me to believe on what you claimed so you could chop me down to my knees. You wanted me to hold my head in shame while you treat me like a repulsive disease. You wanted me to get bold and belligerent, just daring me to rise up and be brave, so you can snatch me up and cut off one foot like I was a runaway slave. You wanted to give me 40 lashes like Master did to those who misbehaved. You wanted me to leave battered and bruised, but still I walked away unscathed. And that turned your wicked smile into a frown. I'm sure I caught you by surprise. You tried to put me down and keep me down, but still, like smoke, I rise.
See,
broken. Down, but I didn't die. I rise, that's how I reach the sky, and still I rise.
See, I didn't quite like the others, although I was surrounded by sitting ducks. And maybe I had more than you thought I deserved, because I smile like I got $1 million. You wish you could wipe away my glistening smile. You wish you could darken my shining light. But giving in to you was not even my style, so you walked around all uptight, trying to find new ways to take my dignity and make me feel like the scum of the earth. But you can't take what you didn't give to me. I'm a child of the Most High. I know my worth. Perhaps it is my fortitude that upsets you, that I can articulate looking you in both eyes. You pulled the rug from under me when I wasn't looking, but still, like the sun, I rise. See, I may get down every now and then, and my eyes may get soaking wet. But I throw your venom against the wind, and I'll never let you see me sweat. Because my light shines way too bright, and the God that I serve is way too great. All I do is call his name, and the lights of you dissipate. You wanted me to wallow in fear because of this broken down economy, but he has already assured me of my many blessings in the book of Deuteronomy. Oh yes, my God is the real deal. He protects like a bulletproof vest. When I'm in trouble, I let him take the wheel, and he takes care of all of the rest. And in the famous words of Maya Angelou, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise.
All right. You may be hurting, but not broken. Down, but you didn't die. We rise and we rise. That's how we reach the sky, and still we rise.
Lights fills the air. Doctors are around everywhere. Patient has arrived. Let's prepare to operate. And you take that begin incisions performed will generate matter that leads us to be perfect mutations. Should report very soon. Vitals that are weak, let's resume to operate. And you take medical insurance success and for the procedure. So let's come into perfect mutation.
Lord, it's so hard living this life, a constant struggle each and every day. Many are blind and cannot find the truth, 'cause no one seems to really know. But I won't accept this is how it's gonna be. Therefore, you got to let me and my people go. I wanna be free, completely free. Lord, won't you please come and save me? I wanna be free, completely free. Lord, won't you please come and save me?
From block to block, balloons blow in the wind. And like a good friend, teddy bears hug trees and candlelights flicker. Young thugs gripping blunts and brown paper bags, steady puffing and pouring liquor. Cup after cup, savage turn all the way up, pacing to the sound of their inner ticker. But don't let the scenery fool you. It appears that they are celebrating life, but pay attention. The filled with so much tension that the body count is about to get its own extension. If you look closely, you'll see mothers falling down on their knees, distraught by these deadly shrines encamped among the trees. Those candlelights you see, they are not for birthday cakes. They are the surreal representations of excruciating heartbreak. Those cute, stuffy creatures you see are not gifts for newborns. They are the brag and badges of savages ripping the hearts from loved ones left to mourn. Blissful ignorance created savages with hearts made of stone. Now tell me, how can you convince Mary not to weep and Martha not to moan when these fools take pleasure in mimicking the actions of Al Capone? We're in the midst of a storm that is nowhere close to decreasing. It's raining senseless deaths and steady increasing. Savages taking lives for notoriety and proudly called it feasting, feeling way up about the fact that they stopped another human from breathing. Lord, help us. Our streets are bleeding. Your word tells us to pray without ceasing, but this is too much for me to take. So now
I'm pleading that traffic wouldn't be held up by another funeral procession, proving that the birth of this savage life is nestled deep in the heart of our community. See, there's daily displays of violence and mutiny, so the supporting of our Black Lives Matter is under scrutiny.
Yeah.
See, we have the children asking their parents today, will the savages kill me? So the prayers to the God we serve are simple. Lord, please protect these. See, we're caught in this matrix of mayhem, so somebody please reboot me so the ones who look like me won't shoot me. See, the truth be that you and me are living where no truth be, where the love for life is faulty. People seasoned with hate, so they're salty. So we got another day, another blasting, and from respect and unity, these savages are fasting. No hunger for life, for death they are starved. Using bullets as cutlery, lives they carve. So seeing tomorrow's sunrise is hard.
Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They rejected you because they had no clue your absence would result in a kind of evil being greeted. They were convinced that you were never needed, so your word went untaught, therefore unheeded. They removed you from schools, but without the proper tools, it's impossible for them to make it. This curse being passed on from generation to generation, Lord, without you, it's too hard to break it. You said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they have absolutely no faith in it. They don't believe in what they don't see, so they claim no stake in it.
So they constantly inhale the smell of gunpowder that fills the air. Yet still triggers are pulled without a care. We listen to ambulances rushing to ERs and urgent care because there's an innocent infant that's been shot, canceling attendance to kinder care. They got cries of murder and screams of death from the graves of lost souls resound. So Rihanna, as the musical eulogist, would be fitting, singing, "Oh mama, I just shot a man down."
They could care less about faith being the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. They don't care that vengeance is yours. Lord, please intervene. Put these words directly into the ears of self-proclaimed savage beings. God is not mocked, so do not be deceived. Contrary to popular belief, there is no section in heaven reserved for savages gunned down
on the street. Because open heart surgeries are committed without anesthesia or scalpel. And the pavement serves as hospital bed with traces of blood and shrapnel. So in one, the chamber and the full clip, the savages still release the heat. So once walking tall, bodies fall. Another corpse on the street. See, more than any horror movie you've seen, it's existing in this savage life that's scary. So EMTs are screaming, "We've got a bleeder!" Being stiller, but it's body bags that are zipped up. There's something about Mary. See, this uprising of violent anarchy and cannibalistic savage behavior has become much too profound. So like the lighting for our candlelight dinners, please turn this savage life down for...
Hell is real and hotter than any block you ever been to, worse than anything you ever been through. And there will be no resting in peace.
Yes, sir.
If you really want peace, lay your peace to rest. Find discomfort in wearing RIP across your chest.
Turn down the savage life. Be more like Christ and live peace.
Yeah.